Welcome to my journey through the Bible. This will be a summary of Genesis 6 1 through 22. It says, "And the men began to multiply the earth, and their daughters were very fair or beautiful. The sons of God came down and took the daughters of men as their wives." Now, the sons of God are fallen angels. This is stated in 2 Peter 2 4 through 6 and Jude 1 6 through 7. It also states that the children of Seth married the children of Cain. Other references to this statement too would be Matthew 22:30 and Mark 12:25. So at this point, we see that the earth is being multiplied. And while it's being multiplied, you have the families that are good and faithful and trying to obey God's law, intermarrying with tribes and people of other nations that didn't believe in God and maybe had multiple gods and kind of did their own thing. This obviously would cause some issues between the marriages. This is also where the sons of God came down and married the daughters of man. This is where we get giants like Goliath, who is basically 9 foot tall. In 1 Samuel 17, and of course the beginning of David's life, we will talk a little more about giants and how they came into play and where they came from. This is just the beginning of that. So the Lord said that my spirit will not always be with man. This is in verse 3. So God was patient and allowed the people a chance to change. He gave them probably roughly 120 years. And it said that God's heart was grieved from all the sin and the evil thoughts of the people. But Noah and his sons found grace from God. So Noah walked with God. He was perfect in his generation, meaning of that time, he was the one man that was trying to obey God, trying to follow his commandments, trying to be faithful. Now we'll see it in chapter 9 where he sinned, but we all sin. We all sin and fall short of the glory of God. But God chooses those that are willing to obey, those that are trying to obey. He uses those people to do his will. So he told Noah to build an ark. Now, I just want to put into perspective. The ark was roughly 1.5 the length of what a football field is, and it would have been as tall as a 4-story building. This meant that Noah's obedience was a long-term commitment. This was a long project that he had to constantly work on day after day. But Noah did all that God commanded him. God told Noah that he would take himself, his wife, his 3 sons, their wives, and 2 animals of each kind, male and female, onto the ark with him. Noah did all that God had commanded of him to do.